Let's talk about networking. When I was in college, I went to a local university and I worked as a waitress. I had internships. I worked I ended up working like a full-time job before I graduated college. And it was because of the networking skills I had and my willingness to be open and personable with people. So, here are a few tips I will give you, especially if you're in college and if you're not in college and you're still looking to network in your adult professional life or pre professional life. Here's a few tips I have for you to maintaining those networks. So, if you have a special interest, I would recommend joining professional organizations. For me, I was interested in public relations, and fortunately, I was very lucky that we had on campus one of the chapters that are affiliated with a professional PR group, and I made a lot of connections in my industry, and I still talk to them till this day. So, if you have a particular interest, I'd recommend joining professional organizations or groups. It could be hobby groups too. And that's one way you can get networks. Another way how I got professional networks, I was a waitress at a local Greek cafe, and so many people would come in, lawyers, doctors, everybody under the sun, plastic surgeons, stuff like that. I met like all kinds of people, and I would talk to these people and kind of figure out. I was a very personal person, especially when waitressing. I've done it for years, and I would talk to these people and ask them like, "Oh, what is it that you like about your industry?" A lot of these people were owning their own practices or they were entrepreneurs. So I would ask them specifically what issues did you have in your particular field, and I told them what I did. I was a communications student at the time, so I told them, I said, yeah, I would like to work together and we could collaborate, or they'd pay me a certain amount to do a certain amount of work, and I would just do their public relations, marketing, communications work. And that's like another way how I got to network. So you can network at your job, especially if you work at in the food industry or any hospitality job. Another way to network is to always see things as an opportunity. And this is called being an opportunist. So some people see opportunists as malice, but for me, being an opportunist was being able to help others that were around me. So if you're talking to somebody on the bus or you see someone, I don't know, your neighbor, someone at the local event, and they just want to spark up a conversation, don't be weird. Stop being socially awkward. This is where a lot of younger people go wrong when it comes to getting a better professional life, because many younger people I see are very unwilling to even talk to people, and they call people creeps, or like they call people weird names. They're very antisocial because of social media. And for me, I grew up half without social media growing up, and I grew up like obviously throughout high school, college. That's when technology started to get a little bit more prevalent. So to the younger people who are watching this, don't think that everybody is here to attack you or they're just being creeps or weirdos. Talk to that person that's next to you. Talk to that person at that event, the rave. Talk to that person at your local farmers market. Spark up a conversation. People love to connect, especially older people. And those are people who would need help the most, I would say, especially if you're in the field of finance or marketing. I don't know, whatever field you do, but the elderly people need help and they love connecting with others. And I know younger people, they're mostly you can network with these people via like sliding in their DMs, but for me, I got a lot of opportunities literally just by putting myself out there and just talking to people. So don't be afraid to talk to people, join professional organizations, and keep an open mind and see everything as an opportunity, because if you do not, you're probably going to be a little bit stuck when it comes to networking, and you're probably going to hate networking, and it's probably going to be draining for you because you don't know the right steps and how to network. So, those are just a few of my tips that I learned throughout my career and throughout my life. And this is in the span of like 10 to 15 years. So, don't take this with a grain of salt. I highly recommend working on being a personable person. Not everyone's here to attack you. Not everyone's here to creep on you or stalk you. There's good people out here in the world, and you can help them with your skills. So if you see networking in that light, I think you'll have a lot. I think it would be a fun experience for you.